Happy Monday, real estate in Ocala. That's what we're going to talk about today. Obviously, we're also really, I want to dig deep into what's happening with the rental market in the Ocala, Florida area. Let's jump right into it. So we're going to talk about investment properties. We're going to talk about rentals, property management, that type of thing. But right now we've got is actually quite a bit for rent right now. We've got 324 properties that you are looking at here that are for rent. And obviously, rent prices have gone up quite a bit. I think everything, real estate has gone up a lot over the last couple of years. I think almost everywhere real estate in Florida has gone up quite a bit over the last couple of years. And we've seen a little bit of a settling down as far as prices go. Inventory is still low-ish, on the lowish side. If you look at how many homes are typically for sale, if we can find over 4,000 homes for sale in the Marion County market, that's usually what we're looking at. And now we're, just above 2,000 as far as properties for sale, but still quite a bit for sale. These are mostly long-term units in the Marion County market. And what you typically see, let's go through a couple of things here. I think what I want to do is inform people like how much rents are. I think that's important. I think if we take a look at, how much rents are right at the moment, and what's the costs involved. So typically when you're renting out a property, I can speak for our management company, Realty Executives here in Ocala, located on State Road 40 on Silver Springs Boulevard, 1008, two-story yellow building, about 7 or 8 blocks east of downtown. Typically what you find is you'll find most property management companies will charge anywhere between 8 to 10% monthly on rentals, mostly 10%, occasionally 8% on volume properties if you've got several properties that you want to put into the management program. And of course, the procurement fee differs. So in other words, if we find a renter or a tenant that is qualified and we fully vet them, background checks, credit checks, we use a professional lease drawn up by an attorney. So that way owners are protected in that case. And of course, there are state tenant rights as well. So both sides are protected, but making sure that the situation for someone who might own a property that might be, several $100,000 in value, making sure it's protected, I think is super crucial. So we make sure that things are done correctly. We do it professionally as possible. We do background checks, like I said, but we also do home checks to make sure the tenant is keeping up with the property. I think that's really, really important. So let's take a look at what's happening on the. Let's see. We're gonna look at. Let's look at what is available right now. So you're looking at different properties, rent price, to give you an idea for people that are curious about this. Typically $850, $900, but typically you're looking at over $1,000 a month per rent. Mostly, if we were to look at the median on all this, you're looking at. Let's take a look. Let's go to 1,700. So keep going up. The median is going to be right around 2,000 is basically what we're looking at as far as properties for rent. So if you can find something under $2,000 as a tenant, that's pretty good. On the ownership side, you could probably anticipate on a nice looking property $1,700 to $2,300, somewhere in that range, depending on where you are. Some good properties in the Northeast and Marion Oaks and inside of town, we have them available. So if you have questions, give me a call at 352-572-3796, 352-572-3796. You could also text, and I'll put you in contact with the right person that can help you, either James or Gladys, that can help you with finding property. Okay, so that's something that's out there for sure. So you have an idea of what you're looking at. Typically 8 to 10% on monthly rent for management fees. Procurement could be anywhere between first month's rent to half month's rent. If it's $2,000 for rent, then it could be anywhere from $1,000 to $2,000 for procurement. And those are the costs. And one thing I think is important to understand the cash on cash return on investment. Typically, if you're paying cash for a property, if you're buying a $250,000 property and you pay cash, and you've got, let's say, your rent is going to be around $2,000 a month, then you're looking at about $500, let's say about $500 roughly on taxes and insurance on a monthly basis. So you're looking at $1,500, and 1,500 times, so we'll do real life calculator, 1,500 times 12 is 18,000, and then you divide that by 250,000. Cash on cash return on investment, that's 7.2% return ROI, return on investment. Roughly what we're looking at right now, like returns have gone down because prices have gone up, and yes, rental prices have gone up, but you're looking at 5 to 7% return on investment, and that doesn't count any potential appreciation, right? Long-term appreciation. I have found that that really is probably the best way to build wealth. I feel like it's something tangible as long as you've got it insured, something tangible, and you find the right tenant and you find the right management company that's going to vet the people. I think it's super important. So if you have questions, anything on rentals, investment properties, I understand it. I've lived it, and our company does it. So 352-572-3796, Glenn Stein, broker, owner, realty executives here in Ocala.